And a drink every Friday. Are you my friend?
We're definitely friends.
Nadim Lukele.
Bafana Bafana, according to me, they're not expected to beat Nigeria. And Bafana Bafana, the best that they can do there is a 1-1 draw.
Oh, your patriotism is always appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
SABC Sports senior reporter Mazola Mulefe, otherwise known as @Superjournal. When are you coming to be a podcast Friday guy?
Podcast Friday, I raw for man. I know.
Mazola, I can meet her every day, guys. Around easy.
I raw for Podcast Friday.
You don't want to be part of the podcast Friday, guys, so your time is up. Thank you very much, though. We appreciate you.
Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Game over.
It's 8 after the hour, 6 on the Mighty Metro FM. Happy Monday, the favorite day of the week for me. I absolutely love Mondays. I mean, I get up to looking forward to Replenishment Mondays on the touchdown with Loot Love. Oh, you should have seen her today. Get onto Metro FM's Facebook, not Facebook, what is it on? Instagram is where we show off the most, but Facebook as well. Onto our Instagram page to go see the touchdown and what they look like today. It's the Oscars every day for the touchdown, but it makes sense. Look at the caliber of guests they host here. Ning Ning or Tyler. Ning Ning or Jay-Z. You know, so it only makes sense that they look the way they do. But they do it again tomorrow between 3 and 6. It's not just how they dress, but it's in what they deliver as well. Look forward to seeing them and having them on the radio tomorrow. It's 8 after the hour 6. This is Sports Night Amplified with Andile on a Monday. And you know what it is on a Monday, right? It's all about the three wise men. Not always so wise. There's a lot to talk about. South Africa, the Proteas currently underway out in New York. It's a live match. We won and elected. We won the toss and elected to bat first. I think it just ended, actually. Yeah, there we go. South Africa, at the moment, it's all over now as far as our elected 20 overs are concerned. 113 for 6. Our top scorer being classed in with 46. A duck for both Stubbs and Hendricks. Yet to get off his mark here. Stubbs with what? Yeah, a duck as well. 29 for Miller. The best of the bowling figures there. Who took the most wickets? It'll have to be Tanzim. 3 for 18. Taskin, 2 for 19. So South Africa posting after 20 overs, 113 for 6. We now await our bowling and to see what Bangladesh can do with a bat. That's it as far as our innings is concerned. There's a lot to talk about. Mazola's going to come on. He'll tell us exactly what it is he's going to talk about. Davik is here as well. He'll give us a snippet and a clue. We're going to be hosting the Lesotho coach as well. Lesotho coach is going to come on because in a group that is South Africa and Nigeria, Lesotho are leading the World Cup qualifiers. They're leading. So head coach of Lesotho, Leslie Nati, is going to come on and we're going to speak to him about all things Lesotho. They're able to beat Zimbabwe. They held Nigeria as well. So they're leading Group C of the World Cup qualifiers at the moment. So we'll speak to him. I told you so. I don't say it often, but I did. I told you so. Who is Roland Garros men's champion? Carlos Alcaraz. And now number 2 in the world, with Sinner going number 1 meaning that for the first time in a very long time, none of the top 3 are going to be occupying this again, I think. It's 10 after the hour 6. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'd love to hear from you. We'll discuss a little bit of the Nigeria-South Africa game, but we'll save that for Wednesday once we've had both games play and we can look back at both games. Remember, the guys come in on Friday as well, and they do the exact same thing. But today, let's look at the weekend that was. It's a Monday, and it's the 3 wise men, Mazola, myself, and Davik.
The 3 wise men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
Good South Africans, it's time to save yourselves. No, not with your passport. Sit down. Save yourself with budget insurance this June. Get 10% off a car insurance quote, plus tire and rim cover for just 10 rand. And no, this offer's not available in Sydney. Come on, SA. Save yourself and your business at budgetinsurance.co.za. But hurry, it's for June only. Budget is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's online. Come on.
The young people of 76 took to the streets to make their voices heard.
It was like a war. They were shooting live bullets. We were picking dead bodies. We were all afraid, but we wanted to fight on.
How will you let your voice be heard?
I still have a dream.
Metro FM. Celebrating the leaders of tomorrow, today. The 3 wise men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
It's 12 after the hour 6. Mazola will be coming live from Bloemfontein. He attended the press conference, Bafana Bafana, a little bit earlier, so he'll be giving us news from that. But let's start with Davik, who's in studio. Davik, what are you going to be giving us? Welcome.
Thank you, Ma'a. Let's start local. Safa Sidibeng has finally produced a winner to play the playoffs of the province to promote to ABC Motsepe League. So maybe we might have a team from the Val. Second one, we'll also be looking at Nigeria Bafana as to whether Mudao, he made one tackle. We'll talk more about it.
In the box?
That tackle, not outside the box.
Oh, outside the box.
Outside. If there was VAR, something could have happened. And then we'll also go to TS Galaxy to teach about handball, because there was handball that happened. We'll teach.
TS Galaxy?
Yeah, TS Galaxy and Richmond. TS Galaxy Queens.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Queens. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we
In
also
the
go
Hollywood
Baroka.
Super League, yeah.
Yeah, Baroka and Richards Bay. There's one player who we think he should have got 2 yellow cards. But we'll try and see whether indeed the
PSL season's over. There's no pressure. You can give us 5, 6. He's not telling us about TV. Yeah, he's just going. That's all good.
Yeah.
Leslie Nati is Lesotho's head coach. He's a man that is, at the moment, masterminding something unheard of as far as Southern African football is concerned, because it's not an easy group that he's in. Not by any stretch of the imagination is that an easy group. But nonetheless, if you look at what they've been able to do in qualification for the World Cup qualifiers for CAF in Group C, you got Benin, you got Rwanda, Nigeria, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. And as things stand now, Zimbabwe, with 3 games played, 2 points. South Africa, second from the bottom, in 5th position, with 3 matches played, 4 points. And this is, of course, due to the fact that there is currently a match underway. It's Benin versus Nigeria. That match kicked off about 13, 14 minutes ago, and it's 0-0 at the moment. But right at the top of this group, guys, sits Lesotho. Not many can say to me, no, we saw this one coming. Right at the top sits Lesotho after 3 matches with 5 points. Let's go straight to the coach and find out a little bit more about himself, but also this team. Leslie.
Tate, how are you?
Hey, I'm very well, man. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for talking to us.
No, thank you so much for the invite. Really, it's a pleasure getting an invite to come and be with you on your show. Thank you.
You are a neighbor, but you are also an enemy. So we're being nice, but we also want the inside info. Coach, with all seriousness though, congratulations so far. I mean, it's been a qualification group of dreams for you. I can imagine initially when you saw this group and saw the likes of perhaps maybe we can say Benin, South Africa and Nigeria, it would have left you a little unsettled?
Yeah, no, when the draw was made, hey, we were like, wow, we are in a lion's den. How are we going to manage this? But really, it's been, so far, it's been great. We enjoy the moment, but we know the journey is long, and but we are actually cherishing this group now, because we say that's the only opportunity for us to grow as a small footballing nation,
And then the first match was, I think, 16th November, Nigeria, away in Nigeria, and you came back with a 1-1 draw.
Yes, likely nowadays there's a lot of information, that you get. So we had to sit down and do our homework thoroughly. And we also did a lot of work with the players in terms of the self-belief, psychologically. And we went to Uyo, as nobody ever thought a country with 2 million people can come up with a decent result against a country of 250 million, population. So I think it gave us self-belief, and our journey actually started last year around June, when we were playing the AFCON qualifiers, and we played in the COSAFA Cup, where we ended up in the final. I think that's when our journey now started, going into the World Cup qualifiers. We were already, trying to find a certain way of playing, integrating a lot of work that is required within the football. And I think actually as a group, as a team, so far things have gone well. And like I'm saying, we are enjoying the moment, but we are putting our feet on the ground. And because we know the big guns would come, but it will be an opportunity truly to be competitive. Try as much as we can to be competitive and learn from there.
Coach, tell us a little bit about your players, because, in preparation for the qualifiers, I remember going in and looking at your players, where they're playing their football at the moment. And it's exactly what you're saying. When you look at the so-called big guns, you look at where the players in Zimbabwe are playing, you look at where the players in Nigeria are playing. Some of them are winning, Europa. Some of them are winning big leagues in Europe. And then I went to look at your players, and I think I found, Black Leopards. I found former this, former that. Most of them playing in Lesotho, which then, doesn't make it, fully professional league. Who is your team made up of?
It's made up of players who have big hearts, and we thrive mostly with playing as a unit. As we are able to absorb pressure from any different angles in terms of teams coming, playing against us. So, and the talent is there, because you find the very same players from Zim, if I make an example, we are coming from the same region. It's just that most in Lesotho, our players never got the opportunity to be scouted and had the opportunity to play, because if you look back, you have the Lehlonololo Seemers who played for big teams in South Africa, who made it. So I think it's just that we have never been, looked at as a country that has talent, but truly the talent is there.
So, Coach, if you were to look at your current team and say, Andile, these players, and name them, play in a fully professional league. Football is their profession. They wake up and go to football training every day. They're in a PSL level. They're in a Nigerian FA level. They're in an English Premier League level. How many of your players are fully professional?
We have about, now, since we brought in a few, like Thabo Magele, who's playing at Chipa. We have Patsisi, he's with Skukuni, but he's currently loaned to Black Leopards. And I think we have about 6 players, who are playing.
Coach, 6 players play professionally. 6.
Yeah, because
and you are number 1 in a group that has South Africa and Nigeria.
Yes, that's how it is. Football doesn't have therefore.
Football I not therefore.
Yeah. So
that is incredible, and I mean, don't discount what you've done as well. As a coach here, because you've had to take this on, starting off as a caretaker. Now in November, when they said, "Here's the thing," you didn't shy away from it, Coach. I mean, you got to give yourself some credit as well. I mean, I looked at you guys against Zimbabwe. And it was a well-fought-for, well-oiled machine. Very technically astute performance, that.
Yeah, like I said, if you'd have time, go to Lesotho. Just follow some of the teams. There is quality there because we are also beginning to have some South African players coming to play in our league. So it says a lot about the growth within there, because the moment our league is competitive, it gives us, the coaches, the opportunity now to have options in terms of selecting players, which are very, very, very talented. So I think we are on the right track. There's still a lot of room for improvement, a lot, but we just need to be humble, approach everything with all the humility that would make us a very competitive outfit.
You play Rwanda tomorrow. They drew with Zimbabwe. They beat South Africa to Rwanda. What is your approach in that game? And also, first, Coach, sorry, before I even go there, this slipped my mind. I wanted to ask you earlier, the fact that you can't play your games in your own country. You have to come to South Africa to play your games because there isn't, stadia that is equipped at a CAF or FIFA level to host these matches. Good or bad thing for you? How does that sit with you?
Yeah, firstly, when we were told that we will be playing our games away from home, we were a little bit disturbed. But at the same time, we sat down as a technical team, said, look, let's turn this into a positive way. We're building a team here. So it's going to help the players to have, mental strength. Like you saw when we played Zim, the stadium was, 3/4 of people who were attending the game were Zimbabweans. So playing against a hostile crowd is going to help our players now to manage, those kind of scenarios. So I think we were enjoying it, with the hostile crowd, our mental strength, the self-belief, it's there. Now the players are able to express themselves, So I think it has worked well for us.
You got a big game tomorrow. We're currently watching, of course, Benin and Nigeria. 23 minutes have been played at 0-0. A big match that for the qualifiers. Both South Africa and I'm sure Lesotho will want that to end in that 0-0 as it is. But you've got Rwanda. Rwanda beat South Africa. They drew 0-0 against Zimbabwe. I'm not sure where you put them as a team. You've watched their games. You've done your studies. What do you make of your matchup with Rwanda tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult encounter. They are wounded tigers. They lost against Benin last week. So they're coming into this match looking for a win. And at the same time with Lesotho, we have tried to manage the complacency within our team set up. So we know that they are going to make life very difficult for us. They are a very athletic team, we are aware, and they play well. So we are prepared. We are looking forward to the match, and for us, if we get maximum points, we know where it will put us as a smaller country. So it's going to give us the edge in terms of what we've been talking about, the self-belief, that, you can make it. So it's there for a taking tomorrow. We're not going to put the players under pressure, but they are aware how important this fixture is to us as Lesotho.
Coach, Sitsoto Stadium is under construction. You're playing Bafana Bafana next year. Where are you going to take the match to?
Is it going to be ready?
It's going to be ready, yes.
I don't know about that. What I know is there have been work done at the stadium. So I don't know how long it's going to take. But I think probably it would be good for our supporters, our followers, maybe if the game would be played in Bloemfontein, because it's much nearer, So it would be good to have our supporters with us against our neighbors.
Before I let you go, Coach, now that you're sitting at the top, you've drawn in Nigeria, you know what your prowess is. You know that even though you've got only 6 professional players in your team, you can face the best in the world. Are you starting to feel like we can qualify? Are you starting to say, guys, Lesotho can make history? You've already made history by winning 3, or by not losing in 3 games to the qualifiers and winning the games you've won. Are you already saying to yourself, we actually stand a chance to qualify here?
Andile, it's for me. It's I'm looking at it differently. I'm saying let's just take one step at a time. We should not look beyond, above where, not that we're saying we're not gonna get there, but we are just saying let's just take one step at a time. We never even celebrated against Zim, after winning, because we said, no, we have a game on Tuesday. So let's focus on the game for Tuesday. Then it's only after that match that we can look back and say, wow,
what have we done?
What have we done? Where did we do right? Where did we go wrong? So we can improve on those, because like I said earlier, we are a work in progress. So we shouldn't get carried away, but we should still believe in ourselves and see to it that we learn every day. We share ideas with the technical team. They've been very good, good guys, and the players too, and everybody around, in the association, and the supporters have been great to us. So we just say, no, let's just go, take it on, and see how far we can go.
All right, Coach, the player did a relief because spanning. But not already qualify. Aye, Lesotho get hlompa. Head coach Leslie Nati of Lesotho. They're sitting at top Group C. Coach, I know I keep saying the last one, but I need to know this from you. What is your analysis and your thought process of Hugo Broos's Bafana Bafana?
Wow, Hugo Broos has done a good job with Bafana. Before they went to AFCON, he was under a lot of pressure, but I think he kept to his guns on what he believes. And we played a friendly match before they went to Cote d'Ivoire in Pretoria at Lucas Moripe Stadium. We played to a goalless draw, and that's the time when, to me, he showed that he's a shrewd coach. And he's experienced. He has won the AFCON before, so you can see the manner in which his team conducts itself. The structure is solid. Everybody knows what he's supposed to do in all different situations that the game brings. So I think he's someone that knows his stuff.
Coach, I appreciate you. We'll keep this channel open so, we get regular conversations going. But congratulations on everything you've done so far, and all the best in all the games you're going to play except South Africa.
Thank you so much, Andy. I really appreciate it.
Coach Leslie Nati, the Lesotho head coach, talking to us about his match tomorrow, but also about how well they've done. 6 players only. The Lesotho national team has 6 professional players. And by professional, we don't mean, there's only 2 that play in top flight here. The rest play in the Motsepe Foundation, which is just under the PSL. And those are considered professional. 6 players. The rest of them still need to go to work when they get back to Lesotho to 9 to 5. Yet, they're sitting atop the group.
Podcast Friday on Sports Night Amplified with Mdile on Metro FM.
Linda Lamoya at Optajabu, Bafana Bafana versus Nigeria. We don't have a great record against Nigeria, do we?
No, Bafana versus Nigeria, not a great record. 15 games played against the Super Eagles and only 2 wins for Bafana Bafana.
In 15 matches, we've beaten Nigeria only twice.
Just twice, unfortunately.
Wow, that's crazy. What's good for Bafana statistically?
The form table favors Bafana Bafana. 10 games played in 2024, and they've only lost 1 of those 10 games. So you're looking at 2 wins, 7 draws, however, and a single loss in the 10.
7 draws in the last 10 matches, only 2 wins.
Only 2 wins.
Nadim Lukele.
Bafana Bafana, according to me, they're not expected to beat Nigeria. And Bafana Bafana, the best that they can do there is a 1-1 draw.
Well, your patriotism is always appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
6 to 7 p.m. The 3 wise men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Mdile on Metro FM.
Big match for Bafana Bafana tomorrow. They take on Zimbabwe out in Bloemfontein. If there's one thing I trust, and I'm willing to bite my tongue tomorrow, it will not happen in Bloemfontein that there's anybody, like anyone, any team in the world. Brazil can come here, France can come here. It will not happen. It can happen anywhere else in South Africa, and I'll accept. But I will not accept it in Bloemfontein. It will not happen in Bloemfontein that there are more supporters of any other team but the South African national team. It can't happen in Bloemfontein.
No,
Bloemfontein is a spiritual home of South African football.
Even Botha is on leave, but he will be there.
No, it cannot happen.
Not in
Bloemfontein.
Not in Mangaung.
Not in Mangaung. Tomorrow, Bafana Bafana will have a packed stadium of South Africans. There will be green all over the stadium. Hela yao. Tomorrow, watch. It's going to be live on SABC 1. It's 18:33. Let's hear now from Hugo Broos. Had an interview, or rather a press conference a little bit earlier. Mazola was in attendance and filed this for us. This is him speaking about the traveling nightmare to Nigeria.
There is no one to blame from our side. Let that be clear. We had all confirmation about the slots, about the itinerary. So everything was okay till Wednesday morning, take off at 9 o'clock. We received a message that it was delayed for 1 hour and a half. And after that, we got another message that it was delayed till 12:30. So that means that we arrived in Nigeria with 5 hours delay. And the 5 hours delay had consequences. So we couldn't fly anymore from Port Harcourt to Uyo. So we had to arrange a bus, we had to arrange an hotel, and we were at 2 o'clock in the morning in our bed.
And then he went on. I mean, geez, firstly, a nightmare that. Truly a nightmare. So when you're judging Bafana Bafana and their performance, now that you hear the backstory of it, I wonder how you feel now. Because those are not conditions, and that's not travel arrangements to which a professional team, a national team, should be put under. But it goes on. He speaks now about the match tomorrow versus Zimbabwe.
And it's a tough team. It's always difficult for South Africa to play against Zimbabwe, so it will not be different tomorrow. But I'm happy that my players will be on the kickoff in a better circumstances than Friday, the kickoff against Nigeria. They will not be exhausted anymore or tired. We slept well from Saturday. We arrived here 6:30, 8 we had dinner, and after that the boys were in a nice bed to sleep. We have another night now, and tomorrow the night is coming, so I think we will be physically 100%. The injuries, there are no injuries, maybe a little doubt on Percy.
A little doubt on Percy. Also, when he speaks about injuries, we're worried about Mudau. It did seem at some point that he had aggravated the injury to his shoulder, but he's fine. So, he's got a full complement of the squad. We will know about Percy Tau by this evening, tomorrow morning latest. I'm going to give you the score of the Nigeria match. You just need to go check it, but I can tell you now, that South Africa have gotten their first wicket against Bangladesh. It's 13 for 1. The target 114 for Bangladesh. And at the moment, after 3 overs, it's 13 for 1. Let's take a break. When we come back, do we take the ref now? Let's take the ref. And then we've still got a lot of tennis to speak about. The F1 as well. Formula 1 this past weekend. Mercedes gets their first pole. And even Hamilton wasn't so bad this weekend. Great weekend.
The youth of 2024.
Our education is getting inferior and inferior, more and more, whereby now they were introducing Africans to all the subjects, whereby it was going to make us even more and more difficult to learn.
Your battles may differ from those faced by the youth of 76, but your courage is no less remarkable.
Remember, the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
Metro FM. Celebrating the leaders of tomorrow. Today. Podcast Friday on Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
SABC Sports senior reporter Mazola Molefe, otherwise known as @Superjourno.
Swallows, the for sale sign will be going up. It now seems Abram Fillo, who's the owner of Marumo Gallant, is a favorite to get the deal done and then also try to sell his status in the lower division. Farouk Kadodia is also trying to do the same. He's trying to sell his status so that he obviously comes up with the money to make an offer to Swallows as well, or any other club in the top flight for that matter that is keen on selling their status.
You don't want to be part of the Podcast Friday, guys, so your time is up. Thank you very much, though. We appreciate you. Mazola, I can meet every day, guys. Around easy.
You never do a Podcast Friday. I raw for man. I know. I raw for Podcast Friday.
6 to 7 p.m.
Sure.
The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
18:37 on the Mighty Metro FM. I'm trying to watch a lot of different things at the moment. We've got the cricket underway. The Proteas versus Bangladesh. It is 19 for 1, 3.3 overs have now. There seems to be a bit of a mix-up here. Are we going to be able to get a run out? No, we're not. Almost there. Able to get a run out there. South Africa just not quick enough in picking up the ball, and the throw wasn't great. So he survives, does Luton, for another ball to... Why is he walking? No, he can't be, right? No, he's not. He's not. So I'll keep you up to date with what's going on in there. And then, of course, there's also a CAF qualifier, World Cup CAF qualifier. Nigeria at the moment, who are in desperate need of all 3 points. All 3 points is what they need. Nothing less than that, because they've played 3 games and they've had 3 draws. They're not looking great as far as the numbers are concerned, are Nigeria, who happen to be in the same group as us. And I can tell you that 2 goals have been scored in the Group C clash between Benin and Nigeria. The score at the moment, Timmy, how about when it rains? The score at the moment after 37 minutes played is 1-1. Nigeria scoring through Onyendika in the 28th minute and an equalizer in the 37th by Benin. So it's 1-1. Nigeria playing in Benin. No favors for them at the moment. They need all 3 points. Without that, I'm not sure they survive. Let's go now to Steph. Steph de Kock joins us on the line, tennis coach.
Hi, Ndile. How are you doing this evening?
I'm better than you because I knew it.
I'm doing well. Just a little bit shocked here about the Proteas score currently. Nail-biting stuff. Not a great innings, but let's turn our focus to tennis. And
listen,
what a weekend of tennis it was.
What an absolute weekend. What a week, really. If you look back at this Roland Garros, before we speak about the man I crowned a week ago already as the winner, what do you think is going to be the most memorable thing? What are the headlines that are going to be written about this particular Roland Garros in 2024?
I think, first of all, you see 2 big stars, one exiting, one having, most probably we're never going to see him. We don't know. We definitely going to see Novak back, but how is he going to return? How's his body going to hold up? Is that fierce rivalry of Roger and Rafa draining him, and he just feels like he doesn't have that spark, although he did show it to us. He was fearless, and he got back in the match and won the match and then withdrew out of the quarterfinals against Rude. So, but the one memorable thing I think for this Grand Slam especially this French going forward, is some of the youngsters have put their hands up and said, listen, we're starting a new era, new rivalries, especially the Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry. That's going to be, I think it's going to be one of the good showdowns if both can stay fit for the next 10 years. And then you got Stefanos Tsitsipas, Alcaraz has got his card. He's beaten him every single time. And I think Tsitsipas, Steph, had a great interview and just said, listen, you guys, I need to reassess and figure out how I'm going to beat this guy, and he's actually giving me this type of energy that I want to figure it out and I will beat him, and that's what we want to see. That's what sport is about.
Let's focus now on the winners because, many didn't see it happen. There was just an energy about him and, the history that needed to be made about both the winners in the men's and women's, really, that was buoyed from the beginning from my point of view. Alcaraz winning it, Swiatek winning it. Deserved winners, but also you got a new number one and a new number two. You got a new number two in women's as well. It's a literal turning of the clock and of generations, isn't it?
Definitely. Let's start with Swiatek. I think she had a slight scare in the first round there. That was a tough match. She defended match points. We mustn't forget that against Naomi Osaka. I think Naomi would sit back and think like, how did I let that slip? Did my nerves get to me? How did I compete? And Swiatek fought back there, 3 sets, brought it back, won the match, and then sort of seamless went through. She made Coco not look that smart on the court. I felt like, having your number 2 and number 1 and defeating her pretty easily in that matchup. And then in the finals, 6-2, 6-1. I felt bad for some of the spectators because did they get their money's worth, in a final, but you need to give the credit to her because she's phenomenal on the dirt. She's won a 4th French. She's won 2020, 2022, 2023, and now 2024. And it's her 5th Grand Slam title. She's only 23 years old. And she's 5-0 in finals.
Incredible.
With Grand Slams, that's tremendous. And everyone is talking about her surpassing Chrissy Evert's record at the French, and will she be the next? Already, and usually I'll say, hey guys, let's calm down. It's five Grand Slam titles, but there's a lot of players that play their whole career and can't even pick one up. So
Sharapova is not going to appreciate that.
No, I don't think so, Dile. But I think at 23, if she stays fit and she can figure out how to do a little bit better on the faster surfaces, she's proven at the US Open she can do damage there. I think her deepest round at the Australian Open has been quarterfinals. So, her and her team will definitely be hungry to do better at some of the other events that's maybe not totally so conducive for her game. But it's going to be interesting. If she goes like this in the next 10 years, she easily will be at 20 titles, Grand Slam titles.
Wow.
So, I think she's definitely the one to look out for.
Listen, Steph, always great to have you. Always great to speak and chat some tennis. I look forward to the next couple of years and the next couple of seasons. I think, this new breed has given us something to be excited about. The exit of the big 3 was always going to be a sore point, but they're making that transition into the next phase a little bit better. My heart still is in that Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi era, because I thought that was some of the best of my life. But, of course, being that young, those are the things that you remember most. Right now, though, I'm enjoying these young people. I appreciate you. Can't wait to speak soon. And I told you so.
And I told you so. I like it.
He's out of here. Steph de Kock there, speaking all things tennis. Before we take a break and come to the coach here, I want to play one thing from the F1, and this is Lewis Hamilton. I didn't watch the whole thing, right? I didn't watch the whole thing. It was a weekend, kids-filled weekend. But I was able to see a big chunk of it. Lewis Hamilton says this was his worst race. Huh? Let's hear it.
It wasn't a positive race for me. Felt like one of my worst drives that I've had. Bits of good speed at some points, but ultimately really poor weekend for myself. Obviously qualifying, put myself back there, and then I was stuck behind Fernando for a long, long time, as you would expect. And after that, lost a lot of ground. But anyways, positive is the car is progressing, is moving forward. So I think if I qualified the way I should have, I would have been competing for the win.
Yeah, fighting and competing with George for the podium in that last lap there was I'm glad I got home to see that, because that was quite something. But will he be able to regain and recover and take that number one pole again, not only just for a race, but perhaps, to get that title? Is it a possibility? Does he have to move to do that? And once he's moved, even there, would he be able to do it? Because at the moment, it seems it's not just the car, because the car's better now. Car's definitely better now. It's not as good as it should be, but it's better. Talk to us about all things sport from this weekend. I've given you all the tidbits of what's going on. I'll keep giving you the scores, but let's take a break, come back. He's here, and because today he seems to want it all.
Metro FM, never giving up. Bring it back, don't stop. Never giving in, no matter what they say.
10 years from now, we'll still be on top.
You're rocking with the hottest radio station in South Africa. Metro FM, it's where you want to be. Turn up the volume and let the good times roll. On the radio. You're locked in to Metro FM, your ultimate destination for the hottest tracks and non-stop entertainment.
Slow it down and listen.
The heartbeat of the nation. Metro FM. It's where you want to be.
These high interest rates, they need to drop. So, right now, South Africa's getting a massive interest rate drop. 2.48% below prime on a new Kia Sonet. Fixed. The rate never moves, even if prime doesn't catch up. Visit your nearest Kia dealership today. Test drive the incredible Kia Sonet. Get 2.48% below prime fixed. High interest rates dropped. T's and C's apply.
Kia, movement that inspires.
The Huawei Pura 70 series is here. Ranked by DxOMark, the #1 smartphone camera in the world, and with a leading fashion-forward design, it's the perfect fusion of technology and style. Capture life's moments with ultra-speed snapshot and never-seen-before photography capabilities. Available now from 699 Rand on a 36-month plan in all retail stores, with promotional gifts valued over 7,700 Rand, or online and in Huawei authorized experience stores. T's and C's apply.
Be the future with Regent Business School. Invest in your future success with our accredited MBAs, postgraduate diplomas, degrees and certificates. We're not just an institution, we're your partners. Our 21st century approach in teaching and learning offers education for today's fast-paced world that allows collaborating, engaging and conquering real-world challenges with 25 years experience in distance learning. Visit regent.ac.za. Mid-year registration now open.
Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sports.
18:48 on the Mighty Metro FM. It's a 29-1. Not a great score at the moment for the Proteas. Only chasing 114 Bangladesh. We need to slow down that run rate, and the only way to do so at the moment is through wickets. We aren't getting those wickets. Maharaj now taking over. I think that's a wicket there. Yes, we just got one now. Miller with the catch. Maharaj with his first ball in the 6th over, and he's able to get it. It's 29-2. The change of pace there, beating the Bangladeshi there. It's a Litton that's gone for 9, having faced 13 balls. And it's 29-2 at the moment as far as the Proteas are concerned. It's the T20 World Cup out in New York. You can start, and then I'll look up the Nigeria score. I'm trying to watch too many things at the moment. What do you have for us?
Yeah, Safa Sidibeng. Remember you grilled them 2 seasons ago that they did not produce a winner. No, the questions you were grilling was correct because they corrected everything that was wrong there. When the league was declared null and void. It's a shame. I mean, the whole season you spend a lot of money and then you can't promote. It was a shame. You did a great job. We need to commend you on that one.
I need to tell you this. There's been a goal in Benin versus Nigeria. Okay, I'm getting excited, but there's been a goal, Benin versus Nigeria. Carry on. I'll say the score now. Sorry.
Yeah, so Young Pirates beat...
This is Group C. This is where South Africa is.
Yeah.
We need goals in this match.
Exactly.
We need a favorable outcome, guys. I'll give you the score in a bit.
Yeah, so Young Pirates beat VUT. They will represent SABC Bank in the provincial playoffs and in Gauteng Football Association. Coming back to our games, Bafana Nigeria, 48th minute, we saw a serious foul play by Mudau, which will show you the visuals as to, because he went with starts. Once you go with starts, with straight leg, it goes to serious foul play, but we'll show you the visuals at Soccer Zone as to whether he should have walked or not. And then we go to TS Galaxy. We saw a handball where one player handled the ball. But when this player handled the ball, the hand or her hand was between the ground, or was on the ground basically. So the law says when the hand is between the body and the ground for support, they can't be handball because that hand is used for support. And then the last one, if you look at the tournaments that are playing now in the township, I was in Bushbuck Ridge. I saw one tournament. There's what we call feinting in football, where you face the goalkeeper when you take a penalty.
Oh, feint.
You feint. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I saw that.
Dr. Kumar.
You see.
Yeah.
So now I saw it in Bushbuck Ridge, invited by Calcutta police station for crime, very sports against crime. But let's put the law on this one so that players must not face when they kick the ball. The law says feinting in a run-up to kick the penalty is permitted as part of football. However, feinting to kick the ball once the player has completed his run-up is considered an infringement of Law 14 and an act of unsporting behavior for which the player must be cautioned. So what does it mean? It means when you say completed your run-up, it means you have put your leg next to the ball. The other leg must not do any other thing but kick the ball. If this other leg do something, you will be yellow-carded, your kick will be regarded as missed.
Yeah, I know. Education.
That's
it.
They must not faint.
Okay, ska faint.
Thank you.
Ska faint. 2-1. Benin has just scored their second goal. They're leading Nigeria. Come on, Nigeria. Come on. Come on, Benin. We want a draw here.
Yeah.
We want a draw here. A draw's good. We want a draw here. A draw's good. Yeah. I think we can get a draw out of this one here. Nigeria, come on. So Benin, come on.
So tomorrow
we win.
Come on, we win.
Yeah, win.
Definitely.
A draw here. 1852. I think I've said much. Let's leave it up to you now. If you're saying, Andile, you didn't touch on the Bafana game, remember, we're playing tomorrow again. Then Wednesday when we speak football, perhaps then we go into more details of the two games. Friday, we'll do the same as well with the podcast Friday, guys. 086-000-2160. WhatsApp on 060-552-7303. Stick out conversation for me today has to be speaking to Coach Notsi, Leslie Nati of Lesotho. He's only got 6 professional players. And by professional, guys, we don't even mean PSL level. 6. And yet, he's sitting atop the group. Well, with this match still to be played. If Benin goes on like this and they win the match, they get 7 points, they go top. He's got to play tomorrow to earn that top position again. Let's go straight to the voice notes.
All right, here we go. Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060 552 7303. Waking up, turned up.
Good evening, Andy and the team. This is Nati from Cape Town, man.
Hey, sir.
I just going to comment about the cricket T20 World Cup, man. I think what's happening with the New York pitch there, it's horrible. The ICC should take a drastic measure or decision to say no more matches playing there. That is not like, okay, what we expect to watch as cricket lovers.
True.
Remember when the Cape Town pitch did the same? Or what was said about it, yes, about it, and then the comments that we've got, but we have seen nothing from like the ICC besides like, okay, continuing as if nothing ever happened. Thank you, man.
No, I agree, and I appreciate it. Kaz Naidu did mention as well to say not the best of wickets this at the moment, but I think I take solace in the fact that we both have to play on it, but it should be better, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it right for this World Cup, so perhaps moving all the matches.
Hey, Shosho Andile, Freeman here from Joburg. My brother, I like the way they mention Nigeria. You make it carry weight. Thank you, my brother. Here, anytime you are doing your show and you mention Nigeria, there is extra energy, extra force, extra weight.
I have a lot of Nigerian friends.
Nice show. Keep it up, my brother. Sure.
Hey, this is Africa's favorite show. It's South Africa's #1, but it's Africa's favorite. Trust me on that one.
Good evening to the wise man there in studio. Good evening, Andile.
Hey.
You're speaking to Roland from Soweto in Deep Blue. The weekend that was, man. This game against Nigeria for South Africa, it was a good game. We were solid and fantastic game, fantastic goal. But hey, Kuliso Muta, wow, what a player, what a player. To the goal that Nigeria scored against us, I just want to derive there, Mr. Tlongwane. Kumbela may check. Please check, man. There was a jersey tagging there. Doesn't that warrant for a foul maybe against Nigeria? I think there was jersey tagging on Mbala there. Can you just please check out for me there, for us there, and maybe clarify for us?
No, there definitely was he does feel for him and tags his jersey as he goes. Was that worthy of a call?
Yeah, pulling an opponent is an offense, but now they will say it must have an impact. Impact, it means it must...
But it could have slowed him down, couldn't it?
Yeah, that is impact. So if it slows him down, a foul has been committed. If it does not slow him down, then a foul has not been committed.
All right.
Itaola maa. Maa ke rata go leboga Safane ka go ja game ya Bafana Bafana ishe ko Blomo. Because go ka checka ko Blomo a go sana team e ba representang go DStv Premier League. So ba nyoretse football ke nagana gore e tlo ba full house. There is no way Lesotho.
Come on.
Zimbabwe ka bethang Bafana Bafana go Bloemfontein. So I put my neck on the block, okay, Bafana Bafana 2, Zimbabwe not. Big boy Mashakola Kagatlopo.
Thank you, big boy. Appreciate it. 37 for 3. South Africa just got another wicket. It's Nortje this time around. And new batsman comes on. This is more like it. 37 for 3 at the moment. We do need a couple more wickets. And Najmal, who's got 14 after 20, is getting a little comfortable at the moment and sloppy there as far as the fielding is concerned, giving away 2 runs easily and cheaply there are South Africa. Let me tell you about the Zimbabwe team, just very briefly, because I want to take the calls there, but I want to tell you something about the Zimbabwe team, where some of these players play. They've got, who do they have here? Oh, they've got Shen Marudza, who's out at Huddersfield. They've got Brandon Galloway, who's out at Plymouth. Rottenham, Andy's there. Andy Renohoto, he plays there. You've got Kedewere, who plays for Nantes in France. Wolverhampton Wanderers' Dawanda Chirewa is also there. So, they're not an easy team to play necessarily. But there has not been football in Zimbabwe for a long time after the FIFA ban. So this is not a team that's played together for long. Let's talk to Lunga. Lunga's out in Road Report and wants to speak about Percy Tau. Lunga.
Good evening, what a weekend it was.
Hey.
Good evening, sir.
The last time Lunga was run
Use Road Report.
Lunga from Randfontein is like but without wasting time, my brother, let's support Petitau, let's support Mvala.
But why would you single out those two? Why would you single out Percy Tau? Of course we're supporting him. Of course we're supporting the team. What is the Percy Tau thing?
There was a good thing to say to you. That's what Begane's cat, and I'm trying to sing his cat. We know Andy to be a great broadcaster when it comes to sport, the way he relates with us. If Magzo Tata 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we are slash. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
I don't, so, but you know what, Lunga? Lunga, you've opened the can. You know what I do? When I stingy time, I make up for it. So this week, tomorrow, what do we have tomorrow, Timmy?
Let's do it Wednesday after the game.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Tomorrow, because the match is on when we're on tomorrow. So let's open it up. Let's have these conversations tomorrow. I'm also, can I say who we have tomorrow? We've got Pizzo Musimane tomorrow that comes in. So a great time to have these conversations, Lunga. Because Pizzo's going to be here.
Wednesday. Have a good day.
Shabo.
Have a good evening.
Ati Wednesday. We put out Wednesday because we're available Wednesday. Jimmy, Kaukolota boy. Thank you very much. We've got to get out of here. Is that another wicket? Faith, do you understand cricket?
Well, I got kicked out of my cricket team in high school.
So you know how it scores, you know how it works.
A little bit, but I got kicked out of the team.
Well, that's why you got kicked out, if you understand it a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you play it when you don't understand it?
No,
fully?
I did understand it. They said that I bowl like a girl.
You are a girl.
No, but they said that I was bad. They said
yeah,
that
you're bad. You
no,
didn't bowl like
they
a
said
girl.
That they bowled like a
you were
ballerina.
just bad.
They kicked me out. I was one of the founding members, by the way, of the team. I'm not very happy about that. It's actually a very vivid memory implanted in my brain.
But Askis, if you're bad, you're bad.
But they're not choking, right? They're okay.
Not yet. It's 48 for 3 at the moment. 8 overs have gone by. The Bangladeshi are chasing 114. It's not a great place to be for us.
Are they playing in the US, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in New York.
See, I told you. You know why I know? Because I was listening to the show.
They're in New York. Hey, has the dust settled yet? Are we still, deep in the throttles of?
We are deep in the politics of it.
Oh.
And I think we're going to be deep in the throttles of it until the time that we actually see the swearing in of members of parliament and seeing the members of parliament being sworn in as being accepted very widely. It is something that is happening as well. The Chief Justice, Raymond Zondo, has declared the first seating of the 7th administration on the 14th of June. So that is when, in 4 days' time, that is when the first seating will be happening. But till then, there's a lot that's still going on that we need to actually touch base on, especially the developments of the country.
Is MK going to be sworn in or not?
Funny enough, Mkhonto Wesizwe has said that they're not interested. Well, they're not going to be sworn in, or that they are not attending, to which the Parliament has responded by saying, okay, we will not book you flights, nor will we book you accommodation.
So was this an official statement from them too? Because, you can't just pick up things. Did they officially send?
Yeah, it looks as though an official invitation was extended. As an official invitation was extended to all political parties that obviously have got seats in Parliament. Yeah. And remember, Mkhonto Wesizwe's got 58 seats or so in Parliament. So they make up a significant portion of the seats in Parliament.
Third largest, yeah.
Right? So apparently an invitation was sent through and that invitation was rejected. Now, the developments develop further because Jabulani Khumalo, remember the expelled member, the former founder, co-founder of Mkhonto Wesizwe, has now written an official statement saying that he will be in attendance in Parliament.
Is he part of the list?
Was he not expelled? I had a conversation with Tlamule Ndlela the other time regarding the status of.
So what do you do when he shows up?
Of Jabulani? I don't know.
Do you swear him in?
Do you see how many things are happening in the world of politics in South Africa?
What else do you have?
This evening, we're actually going to go back to school. And I love these kinds of conversations because I think we all need to be enlightened really collectively. What does the government of national unity comprise of? What is it? What does it look like? What are the parameters that govern the way that we actually operate? How does it operate? Countries where it's operated in. Which countries have successfully initiated it? South Africa had one, obviously, as we're making that transition with the National Party as well as the African National Congress. Yeah. But how long did it last? What were the pros and cons? How does it last? How will it work? What is the legislation that actually governs that? What are the legal parameters? What does the Constitution say? I think we all need to go to school for a change when it comes to the government of national unity and not make assumptions, but rather hear. So this evening, we've got independent political economist Duma Qubule as well as Tembisa Fakude, political research and analyst, joining us for the conversation. Then we're speaking to the economic freedom fighters as well. I'll tell you why. They're proposing the formation of a coalition government consisting of black parties after rejecting the ANC's government of national unity. We're in conversation this evening with EFF's national chairperson, Veronica Mente, regarding what they envisage that would work for the Republic of South Africa. Then, another development. Action SA has rejected. You see how many things are happening in politics?
What did they reject?
Action SA has rejected the ANC's idea of a governance of national unity amid the parties failing to secure majority in last week's general elections. We're in conversation this evening with Action SA's national chairperson, Michael Beaumont, just about exactly what do the developments mean. And as I said to you, we're still in the conundrum of politics. We're only going to settle once the swearing in of Parliament, if at all. And then, of course, as always, we're going to keep things normal on this Monday. Legal talk happens after 8 o'clock.
Very quickly. Is it frowned upon? You've got needs, I've got needs. It's a little chilly out there. If I say, hey, it's a little cold.
Are you asking if it's appropriate to have a booty call in winter?
I'm asking if it's appropriate to say, hey, you, the cold, is not just a physical one in my body, but it made me...
Think of you?
yeah, it made me strike through to the heart, and that cold comes in because the space where it's coming through is where you should be.
Am I going to be there in summer?
I don't know. It might be hot.
And then if it's hot, are you still going to want me?
I sweat in summer.
So, but then if it's hot, are you still going to want me there?
But I sweat in summer.
Do not call me in winter if you're not going to be able to call me in summer. Are you going to be able to call me in summer? In the thick of the heat. No, then you'll be one side of the bed, I'll be the other side. No, I'll be one side of the bed, we'll be the other side of the bed. And if it gets too hot. The question is, am I going to be there? If you can call me in summer, then you can call me in winter. But if you're only calling me in winter, then it's time for you to get a hot water bottle.
It's 5 after the hour, 7 on the Mighty Metro FM. Faith talks a lot. From now until 9 o'clock, top of the hour. Thank you so much for joining us. It's 50 for 4. South Africa just getting another wicket, and it's a big one, that of Nanja Hall. He was beginning to score big. A 6 just now. He was attempting a 6, but he does hook it. It doesn't get, I think it's Lexway that gets it there. I'm not sure. Yes, it is. And South Africa there on par now. 50 for 4 at the moment. It's Andre Notje that gets that one. Makram bowling it. Out for 14 after 23. He was starting to pick up momentum, and South Africa put a stop to it. Now Hirdoi, who's on 13 for 10, is joined by Mahamadullah, who's coming in. That's it. Soccer Zone this evening at 10 o'clock. Do join me. Pela Pela. That's all me.
Mpumalanga, Middleburg, 100.3.
Coming out your stereo.
Metro FM, your coolest urban radio.